Hi, this is Butch Patrick. I'm in my 157th day of sobriety here at the Oasis Treatment Center. And I partied for 41 years heavily in Hollywood with fame, fortune, and drugs all I could handle. And I thought my life was over, but I'm going to tell you how I got back on track. And this is Keith and this is Jim, and they were instrumental in my recovery. Jim, tell us about Oasis.
Well, many years ago, when my dad was young in the 60s, we watched the Munsters. And when I got the phone call that Eddie was loaded and had been all his life and he needed help, I got so excited about helping a childhood star. So we brought Patrick in. I call him Patrick, but Butch in. And Butch was just going to stay for 30 days. And later, he's 5 months later, and he's still here. And this is a miracle. And Keith is his counselor. Would you like to say something about what you've seen happen to Butch?
Yeah, it's a miracle, like Jim had said. The progress that he's made in his life, and for a 40-year drug addict and alcoholic to be sober 5.5 months is a miracle. But I don't think that's the ultimate goal. Is we want him to have long-term sobriety. And what he's been willing to do here is he's been willing to do the work that it takes to get sober and to remain sober. And it's not just the drugs and alcohol. What he allowed himself to be vulnerable with the group and himself and get to the core issues that he needed to get to find out who Patrick was as a person. And here he was able to do that. He worked on a lot of abandonment issues, grief issues, and working on his childhood issues, because in essence he was a childhood star, so he was a kid doing an adult job and never got to really be a kid. And here he's healed that little kid inside of him that was hurt, and in return he gets to have the adult Patrick be healthy.
Yeah. You know, it was interesting because I always consider myself a fairly intelligent person, and one of the educations I got here was why I was here. You know, what were the symptoms? You know, I am an alcoholic, I am a drug addict, and you admit these things, and once you admit them and you open yourself up to learn the process, you find there's reasons for things. It's just not arbitrary stuff. And once you start learning the process and you're learning how to fix yourself and work the steps, it works. I mean, the steps are there for a reason, and it's like having the instructions to life for me. I was running through life like a crazy man, and growing up in the '60s with an abundance of money and wealth and celebrity status, you know, can make a young kid get very much derailed in life, and that's what happened to me, and I never came back. And in a mere 157 days, believe it or not, I mean, I have a whole lifetime of sobriety ahead of me. But if you would have seen me 157 days ago, you would not have known that I would be sitting here today, and that's due to these gentlemen and the whole Oasis process, and AA as well.